So y'all will be able to hear here soon. Got the volume turned up. Unmirror the image. And right behind you is an eyeglass case. Could you chunk that to me?
Yeah, this right here?
Yeah. It's got ones.
Got
They got a close-up prescription instead of the far-away prescription.
Yep.
There we go.
I got
Now I can
reading glasses
see.
on.
Yes, now I can see. I can see.
Yeah, it's amazing the difference that it makes when stuff's not blurry.
I just got this
You're like,
stuff.
whoa, I can actually read everything now.
All right, continue.
Crispness.
Ashman. Invite the Ashman up. All right, I got all the stuff set. Ashman. Got an invitation. There's Haley Beth. Send her an invitation. Hopefully y'all can hear us. Can you hear us, Ashman?
Yeah,
right.
I can.
We're on the phone mic today. Can we hear Dustin and Sara? Say hi, Dustin and Sara.
Hey, Dustin and Sara. Yeah, we could hear them.
Got down? All right. Yep. Haley, can we hear you?
Hey, Ginn and Ash.
Hey, Haley.
Hey, Eve's Artistry. Good to see you.
Hey, you know,
Hey.
no falling tonight.
No falling tonight. All right.
My tripod broke.
That's awesome. Well, hopefully we'll find Ash here. Hey, Aaron, how's it going, man? Good to see you.
But the good thing, we can't start the show without Chad. Where did he go?
Mr. Rev Art. He's fashionably on time. He's good. He's good. No worries. We got him.
Do you want something else to slide under there?
No, I'm not going to be here for long. We're going to flip it on y'all here pretty soon. I'm teetering a camera on a tripod that's on one leg here, just trying to make it work. Because there it is.
We're
going to flip the camera. Did we get him? Could somebody send? Here, I got him. There we go. He's got an invite. Somebody else might have to grab him.
Chad, Hey. I think the aliens took...
You think the aliens took him? That's very possible. I think you might be right. Is anybody able to grab Chad and send him up? I sent him an invite. Has Chad been restricted from he's not allowed to play with us anymore? Is that what's going on here?
Oh, or me?
Yeah, it's just showing that he's invited. I can't really do anything else.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the intro until Chad gets him.
Here we go. Let's see.
Bro, I'm not doing the intro.
I'm going to cancel the invitation, Chad, and try it again, buddy. All right. Let's see if we can get this thing to do it for you. All right. There's another invitation. Maybe it'd just be TikTok.
Hey, while you guys are in the butt, can you... If you're not tapping, you're napping.
Oh man, we're gonna have to get Chad new internet. That's it. Everybody pitch in. Everybody get Chad some internet. We might just have to. I don't know. We might have.
Come on, maybe.
I'm gonna try and cancel it and see if I can invite him.
Yeah, maybe he should go shut his phone off and come back. And, I don't know. Haley, start telling funny jokes about Chad while Chad's gone.
All right.
Invitation sent. There we go. Oh my goodness.
Okay now.
Holy cow. We have a Chad Rev Art
Hey.
Goodness.
Chad,
he must have just sent a Venmo of his internet bill there.
Yeah, it was not even showing me invites at all. Kind of strange.
Everybody was sending you one, dude.
Hey.
I know. I wasn't getting them.
Hey.
Right, so we got you now.
Maybe maybe Alphaba took the broom or something.
It's very possible, Haley. It's very possible.
Okay, I'm ready whenever you are again.
1, 2, 3. Do your thing, Haley.
Hi, welcome to the Ginn Project Show. My name is Haley Beth, owner of Haley Dot. I'm a diamond dot artist. I have a show every Friday night at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tonight, we're going to have a very special guest called the Sustainabillies. If I said that right, please correct.
Sustainabillies. Very good. Very close. Sustainabillies.
If I said that right, you guys can.
They said you're good to go. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Sustainabillies with us tonight. Haley Beth
If
has
I
a
don't
show.
see you guys I think the overlords are gonna come and I think Glenda and Elphaba are gonna take me away for a few days, so if you don't see me Friday at 6 o'clock p.m., you would know why.
Okay. Good luck. I hope that works out. We will send help, Haley. Don't worry. I think Chad has
Okay.
an in with the Witches Guild, so we're good. Don't worry. We got you.
I do.
Don't worry.
I
We
know
got
a
you.
Celtic owl witch.
Thank you, Haley. She has a show Fridays,
Bye,
6 p.m.
Haley.
Maybe not this
Bye.
Friday. She's going to get kidnapped by a
Kick
coven of witches.
myself out.
And she's going to kick herself out. She's a professional. Love that kid. All right. So today, y'all, we have the Sustainabillies here. Chad, Ash, you guys know these are my people. Y'all have heard me talk about them since we've met. They've been there through the back troubles. They've been there like for the whole building of the Ginn Project from the beginning, from its inception all the way the whole time. So
Those poor folks. They've had to put up with you longer than us.
Yes, yeah, it's been a while. It's been a minute for these guys, and there's tools in here that belong to them, belong to Dustin's dad as well. Ideas that the brand that I use, Dustin welded together out of those nails that I cut up and we heated, and
Nice.
so they are weaved into the story of the Ginn Project as we tell it and as it is. So I'm excited to have them here. I got them taped off in the corner of the shop here. I got the dogs are over there keeping them from leaving, and Mrs. Ginn is at the door up there. So I don't want to say that they're here under duress, but they might blink a lot when we turn the camera around. It's very possible that there will be blinking. Just ignore the blinking. They don't mean it. They don't mean that.
Sure.
They're just fine. They're just fine. They're doing fine.
It is not, in fact, Morse code. Do not try to decipher it.
Right. No, not at all. Not at all. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We appreciate you. The Sustainabillies, like I said, have been friends for a long time, but the other part of it is they're farmers. And she's a biologist, and he's a blacksmith, and she's an artist. And when he was a young fellow, he was one of the top BMX bicycle riders on the planet. And then he went on after that to become one of the baddest kayakers on the planet. And then he decided to have a farm. So he's a bad man, but truthfully, he is one of the most humble people I've ever met. He truly is, and a kind soul, and just he's the dude you want with you in a fight, I can tell you that. And his wife is a force to be reckoned with. I wouldn't mess with his wife either. She knows some stuff. And they've managed to carve out a living in a valley farm in the mountains, if that tells you anything. So they have to know some things about animal husbandry. They have to know some things about farming. They have to know some things about their community and how food systems work and those interactions happen. Folks in need, they're pretty tuned into that as well, being who they are. And I think they ran a farmers market for about a decade. I may have had something to do with that. It was an
yeah.
accident. Didn't mean it. and they do a whole lot of stuff in the community that you never hear about because they're not the kind of people that brag on themselves. But we're gonna brag on them a little bit tonight. I know that we normally do intros and all that, but I was hoping maybe today Ash could tell us what he's had going on, and then his thoughts on Sustainabillies being here tonight. Then Chad will do the same thing, and then we'll just get right into it because there's a lot of territory to cover, and we have some really talented, really knowledgeable people here with us, and I want to get every second that we can in.
All right. I'll start off. I'll just say, hey, everybody, how's it going? You may have noticed I haven't been on in the mornings. Life is happening, and life is life, and that's what goes on. So I'm going to be hit and miss whenever I can on here for a while, and we'll see what happens. Turn on your notifications. Make sure you can find me, because it could be night, it could be morning, it could be afternoon. I have no idea at this point right now. So that's where I'm at right now. And you can still find me over at Ashman's Basic Art Store. You could buy stickers and originals, that sort of thing. You can listen to my podcast, Genteel Poverty. It's on everywhere. So go ahead and do that. And sustainability, I think as an artist, I try and strive for that. So I think everything I do, I recycle furniture, I recycle art, I do everything I can. I buy antiques, I refinish them, I buy used tools, I buy used everything I can. So that's where I'm at. How about you, Chad?
Oh man, I first off, thank you. My spot at your spot. If you're here, I don't know if I can show the other side of the hat here on TikTok. We'll just say that it's salad, and it's very, very detailed, hand knitted salad. That's all you get right there.
Very
That's
nice
it.
salad.
That's it. That's all you get. Very cool hat. Thank you so very much. My spot, your spot, and of course, this was included in the packaging. So thank you so very much.
Behind you
I love the ducks that I'm getting sent.
Kira Wilson, nicknamed Ducky.
Yeah, thank you, Kira. Thanks for that, Kira. I'm just kidding. It's awesome. I love that people are sending me ducks now. I've been carving. Tomorrow, however, guys, I'm going in for a real quick sinus surgery, so I will probably be off of radar for the most part of the next week or so. I don't think. Are we doing a low orbit on Thursday, fellas? No,
Probably not.
I don't think we are.
It's Thanksgiving night.
Probably not. Yeah. Okay. So I think if you
maybe
sure,
Ash,
sure. Okay. So there's a unless Ash, are you gonna do it all by your lonesome? My wife was threatening to take my phone and do her own episode, The Low Orbit Wife. So, when you guys want to try to support her in that, maybe you can get her to do a Low Orbit Wife. She says, right. I am not doing that. We'll see, guys. We'll see. So Kira, S.A., you guys severed. You guys hit her up. Maybe you guys can do it. Anyway, so yeah, we're not going to be doing that Thursday night. And if you guys try to get a hold of me over the next week or so and I don't hit you back up, wait. And if I still haven't got you, wait some more. And when I'm back around, I'll hit you up. So yeah, I'm going to go get my face rotor-rooter tomorrow morning. And as soon as I can make some more sawdust, I'll be making some more sawdust. And I'll show you what I've been working on at the end of the show.
Yes.
And I'm super stoked for the Sustainabillies. Anytime that we can bring anybody that can help folks be self-sustaining and to guys, we've been hearing about these folks from Ginn since day one, and I cannot wait. I'm just going to shut my mouth and let them do their thing. I guess that's the best thing to do right now.
Well, hey, Ash, it's good to see you, man. I'm sorry that I know life be life, and dude, you know the deal, man. 24/7. You if I can, whatever, man.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm in.
Same deal, Tony.
And Chad, the rotor rooting thing, man. I'm pulling for you here, dude. I hope they don't find gray matter in your sinus cavity or something. Your brain's leaking out. I don't know. It's possible. It's possible.
At least we know someone's
you,
there. I mean,
weren't you thinking a lot recently? Maybe his brain. All right, man. So don't bug Chad. Give him a week to heal
until it leaked out.
Yeah, you thunk all your thoughts out. Huh? So some of y'all know that you know, when you get some of the care packages we send out, every once in a while they'll contain something like this, or one of my favorite, these little guys right here, and these Sustainabillies are here with us finally today. I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to do my best to keep up with the chat, but I'm going to kind of focus on them, obviously. And we might have to repeat questions just to get, you know, put them in the chat more than once. So please don't get frustrated. They have a pretty good introduction. They've done a lot of interviews, and they've had to do a lot of stuff like this and newspaper stuff and TV stuff and all that. So they know what they're doing. They've got kind of an introduction that they'll do. And then from there, it's just going to be kind of conversational. We're going to hang out and chat with some people that know how to do a whole bunch of different things, and they're going to kind of tell us how they approach some stuff. And hopefully we'll do more of this year, and we'll be able to get information out to people that is helpful to them. The more we can include how people are able to kind of help themselves and not be reliant on a bigger picture, the better. So at any rate, provided everything works and I'm able to flip the camera, there you go. Let's see here. Flip camera.
Well,
no, it did not.
Now you're back. Okay. Now you got to adjust because you've only got her and you got his shoulder.
Right. There we go. Do we have them in there?
No. You gotta swap and save.
Yeah, it's not. Hold on. It's just giving me the business here for a second. It'll be all right. We'll figure this out.
It's all right.
All right. There we go. It's not giving me the save.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Well, they're there.
All right, they're there. I'm just going to try to
Sustainabillies.
There we go. There they are.
Hello.
Now we're going to make a slight adjustment here with this fancy technology we have, and I'm going to pull the piece of wood out from under the leg.
Cooking now.
So the person to my left, you're right, and this is going to move around while I get things centered here, is Sara, and the other person there is Dustin. And I'm going to drag this camera back to me some to get them both in the frame.
Nice to meet you.
I think y'all will still be able to hear them. How's that work for you guys? Y'all able to see them and everything?
Oh, yeah.
You might notice behind them is a new piece of art. Right next to that charcoal piece, just over Dustin's head to the left, is a floating house original piece of art by Kira Wilson Art that arrived yesterday.
Ooh,
nice.
As one of our homies would say.
It's unbelievable. And Sara was looking at the art on the wall, and I mentioned Kira's name, and about the same time she mentioned that white crow. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that thing's rad.
Crazy good. Mm-hmm. So, Dustin, Sara, thank you for being here with us today. We got Ashman and Chad, who you are not able to see, but they can see you. And I'll try to keep up with the chat. You got a bunch of amazing people in here. Laura James in here, Monty, Kira Wilson, MC's in here, Jenny's in here. And you've also got Samantha the Starving Artist, who did that art right behind you, the purple art. You've got Severed Art in here, who did the bio scene behind you, and the Raven over there above my head. You've got Derek Coleman's in here, Chad Rev Art's in here, Moose is in here. Moose did that piece right there.
Nice.
So you are Lars is in here, and Lars is in Norway. He's a photographer. He's an amazing dude too. At any rate, there's a bunch of folks in here. Everybody saying hi to you. Hey. Welcome, sending the love, all of that kind of thing. So, Dustin, Sara, please I know you've done this a million times. So Sarah, give us the basics on your genesis, how y'all got started, who you are, why are you here, how you know me, and please don't hold it against them that they know me, y'all.
We swear it's just a casual relationship, over a decade, very casual.
Blink if you need to be rescued.
Yeah, so hopefully we don't disappoint. I feel like that was a big pumping us up there. We appreciate all the love from you guys. We live here in Western North Carolina. Dustin is actually originally from California, and I'm originally from West Virginia. And then we both moved to Kentucky and met each other there. We went to high school with each other, and we ended up moving here for me to go to grad school, and pretty much fell in love with the mountains and just decided that we were not going to go home because this was home. And we've lived here since 2003. And we really love living in the mountains. I feel like there's just ancient spirits and ancient magic here. The forests are old, and there's so much biodiversity, which is really the reason that I came here. My graduate work involved studying the ecosystems here and doing ecological modeling of the plant communities. I'm a big plant nerd. And so we did that, and then I ended up working at a local college, and I worked with a program that taught high-risk high school students biology, and so I was teaching college-level biology to high-risk high school students for about 15 years. And during that time, Dustin decided to get a degree in welding. He fell in love with metal, which is pretty rad, pretty metal.
Thank you, Ezra. That is metal. Yes. Thank you, Ezra. Appreciate you, man.
And then he started his business, which is kind of where the name Sustainabillies came from. And we were homesteading. We bought a little piece of property, and we're just intending on living off the land. And I was going to be a college professor, and he was going to do the metal work. And then we found out that I have a kind of a disability. I've got a chemical sensitivity disorder, and so it's really hard for me to be in the real world. Pretty much anything that's made out of a petroleum product causes me major issues. So, cleaning chemicals, pesticides, perfumes, all the 9 yards, pretty much modern society. Doesn't really get
that's in everything.
It's everything. Yeah, it's everything. Yeah. It really is.
Hey,
yeah.
Wafty.
It sucks. It sucks. But it's also, it forces us to live really clean and live a good life. So that's good. But unfortunately, the college that I worked at just wasn't able to provide me with a safe space, and we realized that nowhere is going to be able to provide me with a safe space. So we joke about how we became accidental farmers, because we realized, well, organic farming, I can control the environment that I'm in. I'm going to be outside. When I do have to interact with people, it's like in a farmer's market kind of environment. And so even if somebody is all stinky with a bunch of perfume, I can kind of avoid having to breathe too much of that. And so in 2019, we decided to make the jump for it and become full-time farmers. And we were like, oh man, as long as there's not another recession, we're going to be just fine. And the nurse was like, hold my beer. Yeah. And so COVID hit, and we kind of had a 3-part business plan. We had intended on teaching classes because I love teaching. I never wanted to give up teaching. And then we were going to do the metalwork stuff and have the shop, and then we were going to grow produce. And, really quickly, that 3-legged stool became a 1-legged stool, because people couldn't come out to the farm for classes because we didn't know, with autoimmune issues that I deal with, that, we didn't know what it would be like if I got COVID. I actually ended up getting asthma from having COVID, which was kind of a bummer. And so we just started growing food, and people really needed food. And so we really focused on just making sure to get our local community through that, making sure to empower local farmers. We were running the farmers market at the time, so we were able to provide a safe space for people. And so it was really awesome that we were able to kind of help lift up our community and make sure that people who couldn't go into grocery stores and do things like that had a safe place they could get food. And we got linked in with a lot of cool food groups, a lot of cool farming nonprofits. We work a lot with the Appalachian Sustainable Agriculture Project. Give a little shout out to that nonprofit.
Yes.
There are some pretty amazing people here in Appalachia that help keep small farmers farming. And yeah, we just started doing that. And it just turns out that even though I didn't have any agricultural background, knowing a lot about ecology and knowing a lot about soils, I was able to make some pretty darn good food. And so next thing we knew, we were working with, Michelin star chefs and higher end restaurants to get our stuff. And so, and so we just started really focusing on that. And then, time kind of went on. And
she just sped through the fact she's talking about, look, y'all, she just sped through a whole lot of information. So I'm going to pause it for just a second.
Yes.
They're talking about like badass chefs come to them like, hey, can we get X, Y, or Z from y'all? So yeah, it turned into like providing the people in the community, right? The average person wandering around in the community, as well as the restaurants that are serving another group of people that often, get their meals out. So anyway, she kind of bumped over that, but Asheville has a food scene, and some of the places that if you've heard of some of the places in Asheville, you've probably heard of places that they have relationships with, including some of the breweries and places like that. The art district in Asheville, they got deep ties all around here in Western Carolina through Kentucky, all the way to California. So for real, like no kidding, like seriously. So she bumped over some stuff real quick. We're going to turn it back over to her. I was listening. I wouldn't even look at her. I was looking down, listening to make sure she, they're very humble people, but yeah, they know lots of cool people. Yeah. just to put it mildly. Anyway, go ahead.
And then they know you again.
And then, a bunch of cool people, and Ginn.
And this hoser.
I told him that, Ezra. When you hear me mention Ezra is the guy that takes care of us and makes sure we don't get kicked off.
Nice. Thanks for helping out with that. We are not... we're not familiar with TikTok, so hopefully we will behave ourselves.
No, you're good. He's commenting on how much you like, so I can see a thing that he types out that the chat doesn't.
Good,
see,
yeah.
So.
I'll keep my potty mouth reined in.
Well, you'll do better than us then.
Yeah.
Nice. But so we're farming. We keep trying to kind of fall back into doing our artwork and doing more work in the middle work, but we keep kind of having different things happen. We got hit with Tropical Storm Fred. We got really smashed with Hurricane Helene in 2024. Half of our farm was buried in a landslide, and we actually had to evacuate our house and run into the woods with our 12-year-old and our dogs. Because we didn't know if the dam was going to hold, if our house was going to get washed away. It was pretty crazy. And so we've been in the process of kind of rebuilding and just focusing on making sure that, we can pay the bills, kind of thing. Because as you guys know, that the old adage of being a starving artist, it's legit, So
the hurricane she mentioned is the hurricane that Chad was looking for me for a week on.
It was crazy. Yeah, everything went down. The power was out, the phones were out, internet was out. Yeah, it was wild.
That's who I was talking about that had the mudslide on the whole front of their property, and they were in their house and had to pass their daughter off to the neighbor in the storm and all that. That's Dustin and Sara.
Yeah,
they went through that too.
You guys were very close to meeting me in person when that happened.
Yes.
Coming and looking for your homie. Yeah, there was a lot of that. We got really lucky. Our neighbor had like a satellite things. So we were able to actually reach out to folks and let everybody know that we were doing okay. And that is one thing about homesteading and living off the land is, you know, even when everything hits the fan, you know, you still got things good. We had a buddy who hiked up to our house. He showed up a couple of days after the storm. We're like, what are you doing here? And he was like, I told you if Armageddon was going to happen, I was coming to your all's house.
Yeah.
Drinking beers and eating and making homemade pizzas, you know, and hanging out in the backyard, you know. So, while everybody else was really struggling. So, yeah, exactly. We were really lucky.
Was that him? Was that Zach? Was it
Zach and our friends Zach and Michael. Yeah, they came up there and hung out with us, and
You've heard me mention Zach, who lives right down the same street that I'm on. That's the guy that went up to their house after the storm. Zach's also a musician. Y'all have heard me mention Zach.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're just focusing on getting all healed up from that and trying to make as much art as we can and trying to have work-life balance. But as a farmer, that's hard, you know. I'm not real good at that.
What kind of stuff do you grow, and what have you learned since you started growing? And kind of, because I've been fortunate to see how that process has changed over time. And y'all have kind of adapted. I remember when restaurants started approaching you. You know what I mean? I remember when they were like, well, I'm going to try this particular crop. And they were making beers with it, or they were making, you know, whatever. And some of that stuff was difficult. Y'all would make a bunch of basil, for example, or something. And then at the time, something would fall through. Like the person that ordered from you would flake out. And then you'd have to find another place to put that product or another. So that almost made you like super adaptable. Y'all kept figuring out like a new place each time something like that would happen. Y'all figure it out. Y'all come up with another, but it was because y'all had an amazing product, which goes back to, you know, the accidental thing, right? You're teaching and you're having all of these health issues, and you finally figure out that it's your environment, and you're allergic to, like, you should have been like back in the cave woman days, and you've been cool.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it was 1800s.
You're like, you're not built for the modern world.
I'm
and
not.
I ironically had, like, Mrs. Ginn has to wash my clothes and weird stuff so that it doesn't, you know, mess with me. I have not nearly the same situation.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
I get it.
Well, to be honest, most people are sensitive to a lot of the things that are out there. We just don't realize it. You know, a lot of people have health issues that present as, you know, allergies or skin or psoriasis or just different kinds of things like that, headaches, migraines. And they think that it's, you know, something genetic or, you know, something like that. And really it's because of chemical exposure. You know, it's amazing how toxic so many of the things in this world really are, you know, and then we just get told, you know, that it's okay, you know, yes, they slap that non-toxic label on stuff, but really all that means is if you eat it, you won't die like right then. You know?
Right.
That's what
It's
non-toxic
gonna take a
means.
that's
If
just
you
to make
drink
it last
you don't
longer.
die right now. Yeah.
Johnny Bray. I keep
It's kind of like how they put formaldehyde in clothing, you know, when they're when they're just on the rack, and you're like, wash it before you wear it, because you're probably going to just start scratching.
I keep throwing my hand up at people in the chat like they could see me. It's funny. I'm laughing at myself.
I'm like, what does that mean?
They're like, what is he doing? I keep like, I see y'all in the chat. I just can't do nothing about it. Good to see y'all.
Sorry if I just insulted the gang.
She thinks you're over there throwing up gang signs again. She's like, what is he doing?
Well, Haley.
The hippie gang signs, you know.
Well, Haley is the leader of the Jolly Rancher gang. That's well known. Haley and her crew knock off little old ladies in Dollar General parking lots and take all the Jolly Ranchers they can find, and she's been getting away with it for years.
That's tough, man. That's tough.
Probably because she can fly around like whoever those two witches she was mentioning earlier. She's into Wicked. Is the
I saw that.
I always give her a hard time. I didn't care for it. I didn't care for it at all. She's gonna get mad at me. So that journey, the journey of your farm, of how it, when you first started, and the types of crops and the things that you had to think about, and the challenges that you had to kind of face.
Yeah. We started growing a lot of just, your average run of the mill stuff that, most folks grow, and then really quickly came to realize that stuff's not going to grow really well on our farm. Our farm is at 3,600 feet in elevation, and we're tucked into a high mountain valley. So we don't get a ton of sunlight. It's pretty cool where we live. And so a lot of crops that we used to grow back when we lived in Kentucky, when we had, just growing up being in gardens and stuff.
No, Chad,
really
not that kind of crop.
And so we started exploring different heirloom varieties of stuff, different things. We started switching over, doing a lot more greens. We do a lot of lettuces, a lot of Asian greens. I really love, I love all the beautiful Asian greens, bok choys, komatsunas.
They're delicious.
Asian broccolis, they're just delicious.
Y'all have a geodome, for goodness sake. Y'all grew pawpaw.
Wow.
Yeah, we have pawpaw.
What?
Pawpaw patch.
They built it.
Yeah, we have a dome greenhouse. We actually grow wasabi in our dome greenhouse.
They grow wasabi, y'all.
Yeah.
In the mountains
Nice.
at 3,600 feet.
Yeah, we've got a James Beard award-winning chef that we're actually hopefully getting ready to start growing wasabi for. So that.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Check him out, James Beard.
Yeah.
Look that dude up.
You want to be a wee bit famous. We're not working with James Beard. That would be pretty rad. But yeah.
That's coming.
But yeah, we've got we do a lot of different things. We obviously grow, peppers and tomatoes and, all the regular stuff. We do a lot of winter squash. But yeah, we do a lot of different things. We have mushroom longs. We do shiitakes. We brought you some shiitakes. You got some upstairs.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. I'll be back, y'all.
And
berries.
Yeah, we got berries.
Beans.
Yeah, we do a cold mountain bean. We got a really cool green bean that we grow that was given to us by an older gentleman here in Haywood County. A lot of folks don't realize that eastern Tennessee and western North Carolina are a real hot spot for different heirloom varieties of green beans. Back then, your family had its green bean, and that was hot stuff. Like, you had your own variety, and everybody would talk about their variety of green beans. Like, if you really want to get nerdy about green beans, come to our neck of the woods and start talking to some older farmers, and you will learn a lot of really cool stuff about green beans. And Dustin was in school, and this older feller came and needed some welding. And so Dustin welded a project for him, and he wanted to pay Dustin. And because he was a student, he couldn't accept money. And so this guy comes back with a Smucker's jar full of beans. And so this jelly jar full of beans. And he was like, oh, man, take these beans and grow them. He was like, I've been growing these my whole life. And it turns out when he was, I think, what was it, 14? Is that what he said? 14 or 15. Him and his brother and his best friend snuck into a mean old lady's garden and stole seed beans out of her garden. Apparently she wouldn't give anybody seeds, and everybody wanted her beans. And so, so he'd been growing these beans, and his brother wasn't growing anymore, and his best friend had passed away. And he said that mean old lady never gave anybody seed, never had kids. So the beans died with her as far as she knew. And so as far as he knew, he was the only one who still had this bean. And so we are the keepers of this bean.
They're called liberated beans.
Keepers of the bean.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
They're a shortcut greasy bean, if there are any green bean nerds out
Greasy
there.
beans are the best, y'all. I'm telling you.
Ginn called me that once.
They're good.
Our Southern is coming out. No,
Yeah.
Ashman's in Arizona. He's in Arizona.
He's
And
trying
Chad's
to
in
green
Missouri, and they're both probably
yeah.
like, what? They don't eat grits either, probably, but
Yeah,
that's all right.
probably
We don't hold it
What?
against
I ate grits,
them. Poor
fool.
fellers.
I don't.
I messed up some grits. Oh,
Yeah, so
yes.
wait a minute. Now I'll mess up some
Wait up.
grits.
Yeah.
Hugs, Johnny Ray. We love you, Johnny Ray. There's a sign right behind Dustin that says, we love you, Johnny Ray. And Johnny Ray is currently going through chemo treatments for Hodgkin's lymphoma for the second time. She just got into the phase where she's in isolation. Everything that goes to her has to be sterilized, to my understanding. The reason that sign hangs back there, if you look in my profile, click on the link tree. You can find a GoFundMe there for Johnny Ray. She works with children. She's going through chemo that requires her to be isolated, so obviously she can't work. So, hey, look, we get it. Times are hard. If you're not able to do that, no worries. Just click on Johnny and go check out. She's an artist. She's an amazing artist. She creates these cool little characters. She's just a wonderful human being. And you would be surprised how far a kind word would go to someone who's going through what she's going through. So please, if you can, give some love to Johnny Ray. Johnny Ray, we love you.
Heck yeah. Hang in there, girl. You get some good,
Yep.
That we do.
good rest. And,
Stay strong.
we're going to crush it. My cousin had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and she is fully in remission. She was able to whoop it. So I'm sure Johnny Ray's going to be able to do the same thing.
That's right.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what
Oh
we're
yeah. Oh yeah.
for the second time. She
Heck
got
yeah.
it. She got this. All right.
Yeah.
So we're back on the Sustainabillies farm. We're up at 3,600 feet. We're in this little mountain valley. Why do you have the best damn eggs in this county? And why do people fight at the farmer's market over your eggs? And tell me, why do you allow people to fight over your eggs at the farmer's market? I just got to say, that is good publicity.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Please tell me a story. Please tell me a story that got a chicken from someone. You got a chicken from somebody that wasn't giving chickens away.
A liberated chicken, maybe?
Liberated chickens, yes.
I mean, our chickens they're pretty wild. You know, they're pasture raised. They run wild on the mountain. They're wild mountain chickens.
They have an amazing dog that watches out for them.
We've got a big old beautiful Pyrenees dog. His name is Naga.
Naga's awesome.
He is named after a mythological creature that is kind of like a serpent guardian of rivers and streams. We've got a creek that runs right through the middle of our farm.
These guys are nerds.
And I know I'm nerdy about everything.
No, I mean these guys are nerds in the phone. Yeah, they know who you're talking about.
Ash
is like,
Naga is the protector of our chickens. We got about 100 chickens, and
It started with one.
Yeah, we started with 3 actually.
We had three.
We had 3.
Three. They've got 100 now.
We had 3.
And a giant
Again, you
dog.
gotta have at least 2.
Yeah, 2 is good.
Yeah, and we just kept getting more and more and more. I love me some chickens.
That dog's paw is
it's
that big.
Yeah, it's big.
It's huge.
It's big. Yeah,
Nice.
He probably weighs almost 150 pounds. Yeah, he's my baby boy.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
He likes to be cuddled. He likes cuddles. Everybody always says you shouldn't love on your guardian dogs, and I broke all the rules the very first day. I was out there making out with him, and he's my baby boy. But he does his job, man. We haven't lost a chicken since we got him. We lost about 60 chickens over 3 years to a bobcat. And, a lot of folks would be pretty upset about that. We started to get bummed out, but, I thought it was pretty cool, the fact that this big, beautiful animal was nourishing itself and its family off of our chickens. But at some point in time, you got to say enough's enough. And so, we fenced it in, and the bobcat was still eating them, and it was getting down to the point where we were going to have to take some drastic measures. So we decided to get this big old fluffy dog here, hoping that could be the drastic measure, and it worked out great. Yeah, he's chased the bobcat out of the pasture several times, and as far as we know, we haven't lost a chicken since we got him. So yeah,
Nice.
Yeah. We do have some mighty fine eggs, and actually, the little old lady we bought our house from. She actually made her living off of selling eggs. So it's not just us. Like, there's something about that property. It's magic egg property. Everybody used to come and get their eggs from her for doing all their baking. So yeah.
Look,
excellent.
Y'all.
Excellent. Exactly. Yeah.
They also do a CSA.
Yeah.
What do those letters stand for? What is that? And can you? Yeah, so we do. So a CSA, it stands for Community Supported Agriculture,
And basically what it is it's a sample box. There's a lot of companies now that have got these like meal prep boxes, you can order and get it in the mail, and they're kind of piggybacking on that idea. And what the CSA box is it's just a sample of like what you would, if you had a garden, this is what you would get out of your garden this week. And so we have two different sizes. We've got a small box and then a bigger box. And so folks sign up at the beginning of the year. We usually take about 20 people to get a box from us each year. And it runs from Memorial Day weekend through the first weekend in October. We do 20 weeks. And everybody just gets a nice sample of what we've got going on the farm. It's really great for farmers because you get that commitment. It's nice to know that your produce is sold. Going to the farmer's market, having to hustle, having to swing that produce, got to smile people.
Sure.
Got to like communicate with people through the little old ladies throwing punches over the eggs. Sometimes it can be hard to market goods, and so we love doing that. And actually, old Ginn Project, they were one of our very first customers for CSA box. So we're pretty stoked that they're still with us after all these years. It must be good because they keep coming back for it.
Well,
he's always happy when he brings it out. Like he comes out with it, he's like, "Oh, I got that today." So
yes,
he's very happy about that.
Well, here's the thing, and here's the real world implications for that. For just a moment, it was a few years ago that I was going to the doctor to get an endoscopy because my throat was so swollen shut that I couldn't swallow food anymore, and their food and a disciplined diet shed 50 pounds, and it stayed off for some years now, and much healthier. And a lot of it has to do with eating food that doesn't come out of a drive-through window or doesn't come from some other place, that is grown with love and care and thought, and it nourishes our bodies. And I can tell you from personal experience now, if I'm traveling, say, and I eat something that I normally wouldn't eat, because that's what's available to me, I feel it. It's almost like I've put bad fuel in my gas tank or something. It might be a headache, or it might just be not feeling great, or it might be low energy or whatever, but I definitely feel it. And a lot of it has to do, I'm convinced, with they would bring a CSA box, and my wife and I would commit to trying to try everything in it. And it just kind of helped lead. And I already like fruits and vegetables and stuff, but they would also bring blueberries, which got washed away in the landslide. But they would bring blueberries and raspberries and peaches and stuff from their, on their farm as well. And so it isn't just about the slow money thing, right? The CSA supporting agriculture. It's also supporting yourself. It also is literally healthier. Plus, you got to map out a little bit of time to cook, to prepare it. And so there's that part of the process as well, which can be very healthy, in my opinion. So anyway, just wanted to throw that in there. Like I am walking, talking. The back problems are helped a great deal by the fact that I lost weight, and I ate a diet that is like low inflammatory. I don't eat a lot of things that give you that kind of inflammatory response. So at any way, which can be sugars or processed foods or fatty foods, or there can be a lot of things that do that, but uncooked onions, at any rate. So sorry to hijack it for there for a minute, but
you're highlighting it, homie.
But that's the ramifications. You can go to McDonald's and get a meal, or you can find one of your local farmers and see about getting a CSA and actually eat something that's good for you. And here's the other part of that process. There is no middleman. We give money directly to them, or sometimes we trade. We've traded services and wood and all kinds of things over the years
we love a trade.
to help each other out. So it's also this way that there isn't some middleman that doesn't add any value to the product that is siphoning money out of that system. Mm-hmm. Money goes directly from our pockets to the farmer's pocket themselves. The food goes directly from their farm directly to us. And it's just, there's not as much shipping. There's not all they're not growing the lettuce in California and then driving it across the country and all of that resource being used for that. Literally, they're here in town. And most towns have farmers that live around them. Yeah. And most of those farmers, a lot of them would probably be receptive to doing some sort of CSA type thing. And Dustin and Sara are really humble people, but they're trailblazers in a lot of ways. They kind of took it upon themselves to, they ran a farmer's market. So it wasn't just their business that profited. There are I can't even count how many businesses here in this general Western North Carolina area have benefited from their farm, whether it's restaurants or it's other vendors, the fact that they were running a farmer's market. It's a local farmer's market, and there were other people involved, but they really stepped up and took the lead on things. So, they aren't just on here. Nobody hardly in this room is going to order a CSA directly from them. So they're here actually advocating, hoping that maybe that'll happen in small towns and other places for other farmers.
That's one of the most powerful and revolutionary things you can do is shopping with local people in your community. Yeah, that's like, we recently just talked. We were fortunate enough to have some representatives from the governor's office and Blue Cross Blue Shield. Which I know.
I'm over here making faces about Blue Cross Blue Shield. We fried every Friday. We throw on the gloves every.
They have a food prescription program, which is pretty cool. They allow people who have illnesses and disabilities that would benefit from fresh food. They give them a prescription, and then they get money that then they can spend at the farmer's market. And so we had some folks who came out for that, and it was right after Helene, and so everybody came out and they were seeing the kind of the devastation, as well as us trying to rebuild. And they're all like, what can we do to help you guys out? And the number one thing I told them was support people in your community. I was like, we're okay because of our community. People stepped up, people came out, people helped us. People came to the farmer's market and overpaid for their produce. People, all of our CSA members. We still had 2 boxes left. We had 2 weeks left of our CSA, and we didn't have anything. We were more than willing to.
I wrote a strongly worded letter. Let me tell you.
Yeah, he demanded every dollar back, every dollar.
I want my radish.
but nobody asked for their money back. Yeah, even though he's acting tough, he didn't actually do it. And we were okay because all of the people that are here that believe in what we were doing were there for us, and everybody that's listening to this can do that for farmers in their community. It's so important, and small businesses in your community. We all talk about convenience and things that we want versus things that we need. But the one thing that we all need more than anything is to lift each other up. That's what we need, because we all rise together. And when you support local people, and when you feed local people, it creates a family. And everybody needs more family.
100%. Yes. True. Yeah, the chat's like
yes.
Yeah, and kind of in that vein, with the current situation we've got going on, when the SNAP dollars dried up, we actually switched all of our produce. So we actually are not taking any of our produce to the farmers market right now. We were able to contract with the local food hub. So all of our produce is currently going to hungry people in Western North Carolina right now. So we are directly sending all of this nutrient dense fresh food to the local food bank, and it's going to, there's a free choice pantry that's in our community. We've got a really amazing group of folks we've been working with for several years now. They actually got CSA boxes off of us last year for people in the community, and they've set up, it's kind of like a little farmer's market, and so people that don't have the money to buy fresh food can come and get a little sense of normalcy. They can come and there's staples that they can pick up, but there's also fresh produce from local farmers. And there's several local farmers here that are other really rad, awesome folks that are also selling to this organization. And so we're feeding people, because one of the most important things when somebody is down on their luck is to make sure that they're nourished. Because you cannot change anything if your brain's not working, if your body's not working, if you don't have the fuel that you need to grow and do what you need. So we're really excited to be doing that right now.
Absolutely. That is beautiful. Beautiful.
Ash, I was about to say, it looked like y'all might have a thought on that. Please go ahead, fellas.
That's just amazing. I smarted off. I said hero billies. Like that's
hero billies.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong,
man. To me, yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
We're just doing what I think if most people were aware of how much power they have, I think that is one of the biggest fiction that we're all sold. Like the biggest story we all get told is that you don't have power as an individual, and people float through life not realizing how significant they are. And if people knew how significant they were and how much of a difference they could make, I think everybody that has the privilege to do so would do what we're doing. I think that, and people, we just want to inspire people. We're not looking for like recognition or anything. We just want other people to realize that, like, yes, you can go out and you can make a big difference in your community, by volunteering. I serve on a bunch of different boards for nonprofits, and we do a lot of volunteer work, and it's just, it makes you feel good too. Let me tell you, there's nothing like going out and working hard and knowing you're making the world a better place. That'll make you sleep like a baby and get up in the morning and feel good about yourself. And I highly recommend it.
That's awesome.
Please, 100%.
It's nice to know people are fed.
Yes. Yeah, nourished. Yes, they don't just feed us, they nourish us. My wife and I talk about that frequently. The friendship has to do with that as well, but it isn't, it's a whole idea, right? It's the whole, we always say we're humanists and we're biocentric. That, like, the thing that we have in common, all of us, even though we're from different walks of life and different whatevers here, our community here on TikTok, we're all pretty much care about other people, and despite popular opinion, and our environment. And Dustin and Sara certainly fill that role 100%. I mean, undeniably. Y'all do some fun stuff too.
Yeah, we do. When we're not working, we actually do fun stuff.
What kind of fun stuff does one do when you are a farmer, local rock star, celebrity, when you're not signing autographs and eggs? Occasionally they have egg signings, y'all.
Yeah.
You got to catch an egg signing. It's great. It's
you got to really
fun.
catch it, though. If you don't catch it,
it's all over you. You got to
everywhere. It's done.
Yeah. But I guess we like to go boating. We're that's how we fell in love. Dustin taught me how to kayak.
So can you talk a little bit about Dustin's kayaking?
Why doesn't Dustin talk a little bit? I've done nothing.
He just turned red.
I also want to hear about the BMXing, because I'm a huge BMX kid from way back in the day.
So Ash was a BMX guy. Okay. So he'd love to hear about that, if you don't mind sharing it with us.
Raised in Southern California, and that's what my parents did to keep me out of trouble, was kept me on the bicycle.
Nice.
And so I just raced for several years and lots of races and did pretty good.
Ended up in the top 5 or 6 in the world, something like
Not
that.
quite in the world, but in the United States.
In the United States, only the United States.
Oh wow!
Slacker, whatever, man.
Nice.
Whatever.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. That's totally awesome. So then you moved, right? You moved from California to Kentucky. Yeah. And in Kentucky, there wasn't a whole bunch of BMX tracks to race at. So the BMX career was kind of over at that point.
It was.
And then you met some rogue kayakers.
I got into water skiing for a while, and then, that led me to a bunch of older dudes that were kayaking, and next thing you know, I was doing a lot of kayaking and kind of filled that void.
And you may have gone to a show or two as well, huh?
Oh, I've seen a few shows.
I was talking the other night about like generally they laugh because I don't go out much, right? Y'all can attest to that. I kind of stay in the shop doing my thing.
As much as we do. Yeah.
But when I do go out, a lot of the times to a show or something, it's with Dustin. And Dustin took me. You've heard me talk about Mrs. Ginn and I seeing John Prine in the auditorium in Asheville. Dustin and I saw Susan Tedeschi and Derek Trucks. Dustin called me one day, "Hey man, I got tickets to go see Susan Tedeschi and Derek Trucks. You want to go?" So that's one of the fun things we went to do. It's kind of cool because you might be at their farm and Susan Tedeschi and Derek Trucks are liable to show up. You never know who might show up at their house.
Oh yeah.
They have a little bungalow. What is it? What is it called?
Yeah, tree house kind
It's a tree house. Okay,
yeah.
so
he built it for me. I wanted like a tiny house, tree house kind of thing, and so he built me one. And yeah. So we've got this little space, and we were originally gonna do kind of rentals. And then when COVID happened and everything kind of went a little sideways and people don't know how to act no more. And so I started thinking like, you're staying on my farm. And so right now we're kind of reevaluating the situation. And I really love drinking tea and growing herbs for tea. And just like a lot of things that I do, I got really into it. And so now the whole house, we joke about how it's not a tree house, like mark out the X and it's a tea house. And right now it's all full of herbs that are all dry. And I'm actually getting ready to start bagging everything.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And teas at the farmer's market. And so
they're great, y'all.
Right
they're
now.
great. They really are
It smells
good.
really good in there right now.
Yes.
Yeah, and so when friends come to visit, we do have some friends who are musicians. Nobody as famous as Tedeschi and Trucks, but we do have a lot of friends who travel around, and so it's a nice little space people can come and stay and crash out there. And Asheville's a good music destination, so we do have a lot of folks that
Nice.
come here. But yeah, so we've got that, that we've got in the back there. You know, Dustin's quite a talented builder of things.
He was a carpenter at one point.
Yeah, he used to do some house remodeling and building. I'll brag on him a little since he won't.
Yeah, you can tell I'm a behind the scenes kind of guy.
Yeah, we very first started dating. A couple of my friends took me aside and they're like, "Who is this guy that keeps following you everywhere you go? Like, should we be worried?" And I'm like, "No, it's all good. I brought him."
You're like, wait, there's a guy following me? What are you talking about?
What do you mean? That guy over there? I don't know who he is.
Oh shit, that's creepy.
Hey, that quiet, unassuming guy in the corner is really, really dangerous, y'all. Like really dangerous. I'm just saying. You do not want to grab that dude. I promise you.
That's usually the one you got to watch for.
Yes, I'm just saying. Take my word on it. I don't want to grab that dude, and I'm pretty confident. Well. So he did some kayaking, he did some BMX racing, he did pretty good at it. Then he met a girl and he followed her around. He also may have spent a year or two traveling around, to rock shows and that kind of thing as a younger man.
Around a band.
Oh,
that does that. Yeah.
terrible. Who would ever do that?
Had a lot of fun.
Exactly. I won in life.
Yeah, we won. We've done a lot of winning.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, we just kind of hanging loose on the farm. We've got a 12-year-old now, getting ready to be 13. So we've been teaching her how to kayak, which has been really fun. Getting to see that
She's brilliant.
adventure. Oh yeah,
she likes to draw.
I try not to be that parent, you try really hard not to be that parent, but when you have a kid that's really rad, it's really hard not to be that parent that's like, "Oh my god, look at all these pictures."
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a smartphone, so I don't have all the pictures to show people, So but yeah, so we're just doing that and teaching her how to boat, and that's kind of, and then we like to get in the shop and make stuff, and when we have free time, I like to paint and draw and do a little bit of wood burning stuff and make jewelry and yeah.
The first
We're really good at being okay at a lot of things, you know. Like it's kind of that, you know, jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing, you know.
I don't know. Y'all are pretty good at some stuff too. The most vivid, you know, I can remember going on your property at the when we first met, and there's a cool gate that y'all made. Yep. And I really love some of the stuff that y'all did together. Like you would have a design idea, and then Dustin would go in the shop and kind of build out stuff.
Yep.
And y'all would both do.
Yeah, we usually do that. Yeah,
She spends better than I do.
I'll do the design work, and then Dustin will build it, and then I'll come in and make it pretty, as we like to say. But you know, he's not as good at making things pretty, which is okay. It's understandable. He makes it work. You know, I definitely you know can't
know your strength.
I can't build a gate that's gonna open and close well, you know, but I can make a bunch of flowers and things look like vines and stick on there, or draw a picture on it, and he can cut it out with the torch, you know, and so. But yeah.
One of these gates was at a restaurant. It was like in a walkway between two buildings, so it was like 6 foot tall. It was like life-size gate. Yeah. And in the gate, it was metal work. It was at a place that I did the signs for. Actually, it was a wine store, and I did some signs for the outside of it, and Dustin did the gates for the entryway. And it was
some fancy ladies drinking wine.
And if I understood correctly, you helped come up with that concept. I did the design, and then he welded it out and did all the.
And then he built it. Yeah.
Nice.
It's amazing collaboration though, and it's really cool. It's dope. But the artwork, you know, I love Sarah's artwork because, like she just mentioned it's got the vines or the flowers or the nature elements or whatever included in it. And seeing a gate in a garden that has those elements included in it made out of metal was just dope to me. I don't know. I like the juxtaposition there. But she also does jewelry. I believe she probably did the piece hanging around her neck.
Really?
And so they have y'all mods, y'all know what to do, and y'all know how we got to be careful how we say these things, but they are on the Book of Faces, and they are also on the Insta, and folks can check them out. It is the Sustainabillies. It's Sustainabillies, Sustainabillies, and that would be dot, you know, the other 3 letters I'm not allowed to say or we get a restriction for, but y'all do know how to write that in the chat. But it's that same handle on Insta, and it's the same handle on Facebook, or the Book of Faces. And they don't have a huge social media presence because they're too busy. They don't have to really. Thank you, Laura. Thank you for doing that. Yeah. IG and also, FB, it is Sustainabillies.
There's our device.
Literally, that dude's got a flip phone, y'all.
Right Hell yeah.
Literally just showed you a
That's
flip
awesome.
phone, homie. Yes, that's right, Laura.
I've got
Thank
the
you.
same one, but I don't have it on me.
So go to the Book of Faces and give them a follow there. You can also go to the Insta and give them a follow there. Even better, go check out their website. Go stop through there.
I do post pictures occasionally and some videos. We have a very cute puppy right now. So we've had some puppy channel action, and I was a little nervous people were going to be like, this is a farm page, why are we getting so much puppy? But everybody has been like, no, the puppy is on point. So there may be some more puppy. We just rescued a little terrier puppy. So on a farm, you know, you've got pests, you know, and one of the things we battle with most is voles, which a lot of people know what moles are. They dig through the ground, they eat bugs. A lot of people aren't familiar with voles. Voles are kind of like hamsters from hell that run through the mole tunnels and eat all your crops. And so that's one of our biggest problems on the farm. So we have a terrier that old Ginn knows well. She's 13 now, and she has completely lost her hearing. Her name is Twiggy.
Twig row.
The Twig row, yeah, the Twiginator. And she's a fierce beast of fierceness, and she's been murdering small things on the farm for a long time. But she's lost her hearing, and she's doing a lot more sleeping. So we've been kind of casually looking, and we found a puppy down in South Carolina at the Humane Society. So we went down there and rescued her, and we thought she was going to be about a 20-pound dog, and that's what they said that they thought she would be as well. And well, we've got her. She's 5 months old now, and she's still 9 pounds. So we're like, I don't think she's going to make it. She's not going to make it, folks. She's going to be a teeny tiny. We may have accidentally adopted a purse dog. But
well, she can chase them through the tunnels.
There you go.
Farm purse dog, exactly. She is fully excited about the farm dog life. She has accepted her role on the farm, and she is sniffing and running and jumping and leaping and just mini size. But we're hoping that it's going to be cute murder, lots of cute murder. All over the farm, and she's going to keep the rodent population under control. So
the little ones are always the most tenacious.
Yeah,
pretty cute.
Little tunnel rat.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're hoping. She's small enough to just go right in there after him. You know?
She's cool though, man. She's cool. Keep trying to find it right.
But yeah. So, when we get time, I try to post some stuff. You know, I keep telling myself like, oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get on there, and then 3 days later, I'm like, oh, I didn't do it. It's hard when you work hard. You know, usually we get up, take our daughter to school, we work all day, we pick her up from school, we hang out with her a little bit, work a little more, do dinner, put her to bed, work a little more. And then we pass out, and we wake up and we do it all over again, you know. And so, not a lot of time. And also, that's one thing that's kind of beautiful about not having a smartphone is that I don't have this thing in my pocket that's like always making me pull it out. So I got to run around the farm with like an iPad, to take pictures of the things. So that's what makes it a little harder, So. But yeah, we I don't really know what else do we have questions or
you guys in the chat have any questions you'd like to throw out to? I mean, it could be blacksmithing questions, it could be biology questions, it could be farming questions.
Yeah.
It could be Lady Shine is in the chat. Lady Shine is a friend of ours who is a poet.
Oh.
She is in Colorado, but she also just started an initiative. She's trying to get a thing going to kind of get more community gardens started.
Cool.
And I was telling her, she didn't know that I was telling her that I've kind of been a part of that through you guys and other things that we've done over the years. And maybe y'all have some ideas on like if people wanted to start a community garden or if people wanted to do something like that. Like some basic information about that might be helpful.
Yeah.
And I know it's regional. And
it's all regional, but I mean, it's as far as like the foundational work, obviously, you got to find a good place to have it. If you're going to do a community garden, a lot of times, municipal properties are good, so someplace that's owned by the community, is nice because then you don't have to worry about businesses changing hands and people ending up losing their work and stuff. And then, I really suggest, focusing on the soil ecology first, building that soil, getting with local organizations, trying to get food waste out of the waste stream, doing a lot of composting, getting leaves, things like that from community members. And then just trying to mimic your local ecosystem, whatever ecosystem it is that you're a part of, and helping to capture that nutrient cycling as best as you can, getting all those soil partners, all those micro critters in there, all the invertebrates that are going to help with all that nutrient cycling. The more diversity you've got in your system, the better. Just like in life, diversity is the key in everything. We're big on diversity of all kinds, and biology, like that's the OG. Diversity right there. If your biological systems aren't diverse, they collapse. So doing a lot of that.
Well, y'all did bees, y'all, and you had bears. You had bears.
The bears got in the bees.
That was before Naga. That was pre-Naga.
Pre-Naga. That was.
No, wow.
And then we realized we were probably going to be bad bee parents for a little while. We had a lot on our plate, so we still got all our stuff.
He didn't really do
Oh yeah. Old Winnie the Pooh came on up in there. Yeah, the dogs were barking one morning, like really barking, and we were like, "What on earth is going on?" And we looked out the window and we just saw a hive. We never saw the bear, but we saw like parts of the hive flying through the air, and we were like, "Oh, that's probably not good." And so we ran outside. And the bear was long gone, but the hives were pretty well destroyed.
Dustin scared the bear off.
Yeah, he did.
Dustin ran outside and growled.
Yeah, he ran out there in his PJs, and that bear was like, "Oh no, I better get out of here." And so we kept all our stuff, but we're taking a hot break on the beekeeping for a little while. It's a lot more work than people realize.
There is a fellow here locally named Paul Lott.
Yeah, Paul. He's an excellent beekeeper. Yeah.
Yes, I have his honey upstairs on my counter.
Tasty, yep.
And I was fortunate years ago when I was on the board there, I got to go by his farm and saw at the time, I think he had 5 or 6 hives, maybe. I can't remember exactly, but he's been keeping bees for a long time.
He has,
And I'm so glad to see that there, you know what I mean? There's this cooperation within, like, part of, I would argue that part of the reason that Paul is able to still be doing that today is the community effort of putting together the market and having that venue to sell that product, especially given some of the things you had to deal with sick relatives and that kind of stuff that comes up in life, you know what I mean? So, the time that y'all spent at the farmer's market, I was there and I got to see how y'all treated people, and you weren't there advocating for your own products. I saw you put your products to the back seat to other people to try to give them a shot at having a spot. So that I'm having trouble with the glasses because the distance is wrong. When I look at y'all are bugs, so it's messing me. It
might not be the glasses.
I keep switching glasses. I got long range and I got close range, and I don't have the ones where they're sitting. I keep changing glasses. They're like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
So, but these connections in the community is the other thing that is so important. And one of the things that I love, hey, Michael Outlaw joined us. He's a drum maker from scratch. He came up with this method where he turns his own drums. And
that's right.
Amazing. But we have this, that's a good example. We have this amazing community of people on here that I get so much joy from and so much inspiration from. And really, I learn so much from because they're all really good at what they do. But the thing they all have in common is a certain portion of them they give to others, their community, their neighbors, their friends, their whatever, right? They're the kind of people that can't have a million close friends because they give themselves to their friend. You know what I mean? That takes some energy. And y'all help build that type of thing in the community as well. Talking about nurturing the soil. You also nurture the community, right? By volunteering, by being on boards, by Chad and I have a joke about being on boards because there's folks out there that think you get rich being a volunteer on a board of some sort.
So I bought my Lambo.
I mean, if they could let us know which boards those are, I would volunteer.
So
I've been on a lot of boards, and I've got nothing but a free meal. I've gotten some free meals. Yeah.
So hold on, let me ask my question. So how did you get rich by being on all these boards?
Get rich. Probably the same way that we got rich with farmers and artists.
Right.
By bringing a lot of beautiful people into our lives. We are rich in that way. Yeah. That's about the only way we're rich. Yeah.
So farms, the way that you run a farm, because with the Ginn Project and with Chad Rev Art and with A.S.H, man, we all try to run our businesses a little differently. We're not capitalists. We're not into like the money matters because we want to eat. We need to pay for our house. We need a place to sleep.
Yep.
But it isn't the priority.
Necessary evil.
right, it's a
Yeah.
necessary evil.
Exactly. Yep.
And so, you know, I really try to keep every bit of the process in house, obviously, from a tree to a guitar, right? And you guys, y'all do a similar thing, right? Like your business model is one, it is part philanthropy and mostly business. But there is a whole portion of what y'all do, and it isn't just the food that you drop off for hungry people. It's the fact that you created a community that will support dropping off food to hungry people, right? Oftentimes, you're not necessarily able to do it yourself. You might be able to pass it off to someone, or you might take it to a distribution center and they do their thing. But how do y'all navigate that? Because you deal with people from all walks of life. You deal with people that wave all kinds of political banners and religious banners, and people that are proud to be from here, and people that are proud to be from there, and people that ain't this but are that. And you deal with all of them. Any advice for folks that have to deal with the public or learning to deal with the public on ways to navigate that?
Yeah.
Keep an open mind.
Yeah. You know, we're really fortunate in Western North Carolina, but it's a double-edged sword. You know, we have a lot of folks who come here because it's so beautiful. They have a lot of money, you know, they have the ability to contribute financially to help support in those ways. And so that's been one of the things that's been really fortunate for us, is that there are a lot of people that are willing to help support these nonprofit organizations. And so like I'll go with a nonprofit that I work with, and we'll do like a fundraiser type situation where I'll go and talk to people about what I do and kind of, you know, basically schmooze people, you know, and explain to them why it's beautiful that they have the privilege that they can choose the things that they want to support and why they should choose these things. And so, you know, I used to think that, like, you know, oh, people who are wealthy, you know, the reason they're wealthy is because they don't want to share their money, you know, which is, you know, partly true for some wealthy people. But there are also a lot of people out there that, you know, have been really fortunate in their lives that are really willing to share. And so I try not to like automatically assume that, you know, somebody who's doing really well for themselves in that way financially, you know, that they're not going to be someone who's going to want to make a contribution. And on the other end, you know, I feel like folks that are needy and need help, you know, a lot of times people think, you know, if you need something, you don't have something to give, you know, and people who often are in the most dire situations have beautiful things that they can contribute. You know, so I feel like, you know, realizing that everybody has a role to play and that everybody can help make a difference in the community, I think that's really important. Yeah.
Kind of do what you can.
Exactly.
Right?
And helping to facilitate that, you know, being, you know, because we're kind of like in the middle of that, you know, and we like to try to help facilitate that. We like to help to educate people about where there is need, and we like to help direct people to that, you know, and we feel so fortunate. And I think part of it is just, as you guys can probably tell, I like to talk. And I'm not afraid to make a fool out of myself. You know, I don't have that like shame that most people have where they get like embarrassed by stuff. So I am kind of a readily available tool for organizations to, like, they put me out there, you know, and they know that I can kind of talk to anybody, you know. I'll talk to anybody, you know. I'll talk to things that aren't even people, you know. You got a cute dog, I'll have a conversation with that dog all day, you know. Like, so
right,
even an ugly dog. I mean, yeah, I mean, it doesn't even have to be a cute dog, you know?
Even better.
Yeah. So that's been something that I really feel like that's kind of my gift, you know. You know, is you know, the fact that I don't get embarrassed and that I'm willing to talk to anybody, and that really helps out a lot. But you know, I get a lot of joy from helping people. You know, I get a lot of joy from making connections. I get a lot of joy from doing what I think is making things right. You know, obviously, you know, I don't think that I'm always right, usually. but not always. As any good wife, you know. But I like making things right. I like making things whole. I like, you know, making connections. I like helping people. So, you know, it's good. It feels good to do those things, you know. So I feel like, you know, folks that are out there navigating the world, just, you know, yeah, just let yourself fall into that groove, you know, like welcome that into your life, you know, welcome that into your heart. Like, look for that wholeness and that oneness and the connections, you know, because they're out there, they're everywhere, you know. Life's just like a big web, you know, and you tug on any strand and it's just all connected, you know. Just look for those connections, find joy, and like feeling those tugs, you know, and feeling where you get tugged sometimes, you know. Someone's going to pull on the string that you're on, and be receptive to that, you know.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that's well put, actually. Chad, you had a thought?
I was agreeing with her.
Oh,
I just
gotcha.
said, yes, absolutely.
Right,
Gotcha.
yeah. See, he says, yeah, she's right. See?
Most of the time, at least.
Yeah, most of the time.
See, I'm married. I know how this works.
That's a good husband right there. He knows.
He said, see, I'm married.
I know how this works.
It's a lot easier.
Thank you. Right?
That's amazing.
Choose your battles, my father said. Choose your battles.
Well, so what kind of things do you make? Like, you also, I know that y'all have made cider and you've made mead and you make all kinds of dried stuff and herbal teas and all of that. What are some of the other?
He just canned up 5 gallons of hot pepper jelly today. So yeah, that's good.
Wow.
It's gonna be pretty tasty.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the thing about not being able to have anything that's got chemicals in it, is the most commercially available condiments are full of all kinds of lovely, exotic things from the periodic table that. And so, you know, we make most of our own condiments, you know, so that's good. So we do a lot of canning, a lot of preservation, and I teach classes about how to do that for folks that are interested. We had to kind of take a break from classes because of Helene, but we're going to be pumping those back up next year, so that's going to be really exciting.
Y'all built a kitchen on your farm
we've got
specifically
kitchen,
to do an outdoor kitchen that is covered, but it's outdoor.
Wow.
Where you can do
stuff, but also for teaching classes. Yeah,
Yes.
it's got 2 pumps.
Oh, wow.
Y'all, they built a free cooler into the side of the mountain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got a cold storage
Nice.
that's built into the hillside there, so we can harvest produce earlier in the week and wash it and clean it. When we very first started doing the farmers market, you know, we were able to harvest everything on Thursday and Friday and like get it all done, and like, you know, or sometimes even stuff just on Friday, and we like go into the market with like an hour of sleep, and then you're like trying to make change for people. And yeah, that doesn't work out well, you know. So now we usually have at least a cool like 4 or 5 hours of sleep, you know, while we're trying to make change. So, you know.
But yeah,
Produce is fresh. Farmers, not so much.
Exactly. Right on. You hit the nail on the head right there. Absolutely. Yeah.
So their farm evolved. Like, they had greenhouses on. One of the things I remember going out there to do was
help build that greenhouse. Yeah.
and there was also some trees that had to be cleared. And I'm out there with this guy, and he's climbing around in the tops of these trees, tying ropes off, doing all things, and the wind starts blowing, and he's way up in a tree, and you can see you can't see me right now. I'm rocking back and forth on my stool. You can see the whole tree rocking back and forth. I'm looking up at him going, man, is he going to be smart here? And he goes, hey, I think we're going to call it today. You know, this might not be I knew, man. I was like, all right, this dude's a thinker, right? All right, he ain't just out here on the side of the mountain doing dumb shit. He actually is thinking through this. But we're each up in a tree, and it was amazing. An owl flew by us. It was super cool. What you hear is a chick. One of his, he's got 5 little chicks.
Nice.
One of them is a pocket chicken, and it rides on his shoulder. And he's kind of like that wizard in Lord of the Rings that lives in the forest that had the birds.
Oh yeah.
What was his name?
A little bit.
Gate.
I don't know. She, Kira told
The
us
brown.
the name last time.
Yeah.
The brown. Yeah, I think something the brown.
Yeah, Kira.
Yeah, she grew.
Yes.
She popped up out of her container, so I snagged her.
So there's also a creek that runs right through the middle of their farm, like literally splits it, because they're in a valley. So their property's a creek, and they have a little pond on that property that they keep. Was it tilapia or something like that, or some sort of? There was some bluegill. It was bluegill. It was bluegill where they kept bluegill in there, and then they've also got like some apple trees that were there when you moved in.
Well, they weren't there. There was a couple, but we grafted apple trees from the orchard. So the property that is around us up on the ridges, historically, farmers would drive their cattle up to the ridges in the summer to graze on ridgetop pasture land because it was cool. And they would plant apple orchards on the sides of the mountaintops. And then in the fall, when they would bring the cattle down for winter, they could harvest apples. And apples are a crop that can be transported at a distance and it doesn't spoil. And so Western North Carolina was apples were really important for the economy around here. And so there's all these ancient apple orchards, that are like over 100 years old. And so we found all the tasty trees and grafted. We cut scions off of it, which is little branches off those trees, and then I ordered rootstock and we grafted that onto it. And so you marry the rootstock with the little branches you cut off the trees, and then we've got an orchard that we planted, and we've got about 20 apple trees that we don't know what they are. Like, they're just wild apples.
They're delicious, y'all.
They're tasty.
Yes, and you got a peach tree that has crispy peaches on it. That is amazing.
Yeah, it's old Cherokee peach. Yep.
It's wild.
Yeah.
So good. A crunchy peach. I didn't know a crunchy peach could be that good. I grew up with the whole, big soft peach. You bite it and it's running down your elbow and all that.
I wish we could grow those. We can't, though. It gets too cold in our house. I'd have a whole orchard of those if we could grow.
Chad has a chicken crawling all over him as we speak.
I do.
So y'all have some items with you, and I would encourage people to go look at your website. That is Sustainabillies. You know what? And that is Sustainabillies. And on the Book of Faces and on the Insta and all of that stuff.
And we'll warn you, spell check really loves our name. So check it. Check it after you type it out. It likes to change it to Sustainabilities. Throw an extra T in there, but it's Sustainabillies, like hillbillies that live sustainably. So,
yes, it's the DOTCOM for sure.
Yeah, but we got some stuff. We want to show them first. I got these gourds sitting next to me right here. We grow gourds, and then I dry them out, and then I hand draw pencil drawings on them, and then I burn pictures. It's all like nature stuff. I don't know. I can't see anything.
Come closer. Right there.
Okay. So that's turkey tail, mushrooms.
Come closer. Now tilt it.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now they can see anything. I'm
perfect.
Just
now they can see.
I'm just showing stuff.
It's amazing, y'all.
And so there's that. And then I brought another one. This one's kind of in process. I haven't finished the flower on it, but it's a little bee.
Like right there.
With the flower.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
check that out.
That's what I'm working on. So it's just something fun to do. Fun things.
Gourds, gates, jewelry.
Yeah. And then here is a fire fork. This one's gonna be maybe harder to see. I don't know. I can hold it in front of my shirt. You
can see
it there?
Yep.
It's nice for roasting hot dogs or for stabbing unruly husbands.
There's he also makes a tool that is shaped kind of like a isosceles triangle?
We make hand tools for gardening, and of course, in our infinite wisdom, you guys talking about how we have it all together. We absolutely did not bring the product that we make the most with us to show off, but we have lots of pictures of it on our social media and our website, so folks can go see. But we do make hand tools. that are hand forged, and then we use wood from trees on our property or from wood that we salvage. We got a bunch of really nice ones right now that we made. The handles are all oak that came. We had to get a new greenhouse in Helene. One of our greenhouses was destroyed by the landslide. And so we had to get a new greenhouse. And when we ordered our new greenhouse, it came on pallets. And it was this beautiful white oak that the pallets were made out of. So we were able to salvage all that pallet wood. And so we're using that for handles for hand tools right now. And it's really, really nice looking.
Cool.
Handles, yeah. Yeah, we've got some knives that we made. I know we heard a rumor that you got to be careful with the knives on the TikTok because people can be mean, but we are not violent people. Our knives are utilized for cutting vegetables only. So there's just a little one. He actually that knife was made for my dad, and he recently passed away. And when he passed away, he wanted Dustin to have that back. So.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah. You're fine.
Yeah.
We're deep into the show now. I was worried about y'all like getting cut off and not getting to do your show.
Yeah.
Now, if they cut us off, you know.
Yeah, here's one that I made. It's a little bit more of a hunter style blade, and it's got a buffalo horn handle on it. I like to make things a little prettier, so I made a little buffalo horn handle. Yeah, and then
a lot of the stuff we do is functional. Not necessarily art, but functional tools.
Yeah. There's another one over here. Here's another one of Dustin's.
Sure.
These are beautiful.
A bigger, nicer, a little more hunter style. It's got a cherry handle on it, or maybe walnut. I can't really tell.
Wow.
Just a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Now come
you see it better?
That's beautiful. Yeah.
It's got a nice brass finger guard on
it's
there.
Amazing, y'all. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice work, y'all.
It looks comfortable too. That's the
functional is the thing.
It fits your hand real nice. Yeah. It's all about function. You know, you don't want to make. A lot of people make fancy stuff, you know, but then you can't use it, and we're not really into that, you know. And generally, we make stuff because we need a tool. You know, that's how we got into doing everything that we do. We saw a need and we filled it. You know.
Y'all seen me use this before? A little shave, and if you can see on it, there's file marks because it is an old file. If they're showing up,
you can see them.
That Dustin converted to a draw shave for me.
Nice.
Been using this thing for years, and he put these angles on it so that I could not skin my knuckles up when I'm doing small detail work. So functional.
You made that out of a shop file?
Shop file, sure did.
Yeah, we like reusing stuff. You know, we do a lot of dumpster diving and looking through old barns and old farmsteads and things like that, trying to find stuff that people have forgotten or left behind, and try to take that stuff and give it a new life. That's a fun thing about blacksmithing. That's one of the things I love the most about blacksmithing, actually, is that it is like. It's a hardcore recycling. You know, you can take any piece of metal that, as long as it's not been overheated or had something crazy happen to it, you can make it into really beautiful stuff. That's my necklace here. Is this piece of garbage that I found and made into a necklace there.
Yeah, could do your shirt thing again.
Yeah, I can do the shirt thing again.
Yeah, that way it shows up great.
That's cool.
Oh, wow.
It looks like a snake from a distance. It looks like
there's a lot of people that call it my snake lady necklace.
Really cool.
And like my earrings are made out of old electrical wire.
Check. Can you see?
Oh, nice.
Come closer.
A little closer.
There you go. Right there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There you go. Yeah.
So cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Those are great.
She has a really kind of flowing aesthetic to my eye. It always has these cool lines.
That's all we brought for show and tell. Sorry. It was like last minute, you know, he was canning all day, and then I was like farming and washing produce and getting it to the pantry, and then all of a sudden we realized, like, oh God, we gotta hurry up and get over there, or we're gonna be late. We're gonna wreck it all. They're waiting for us.
They rode a giant dog named Naga over here.
Yeah. We parked him in there. Out there just chilling.
Yes, it is a very organic style, Laura. I agree. Laura said next time they'd like you to bring the puppy. Kira said very cool.
Yeah.
Gorgeous,
we have
beautiful,
fancy
beautiful
internet
work.
at our farm now.
Just got it.
We just got real internet. It's so exciting. We had DSL until like probably just a few months ago.
So
so you could even do a show from our house.
We're gonna have to do that.
Go to the farm.
We're gonna do that.
Meet everybody.
We just got an invite to the farm, y'all. We're doing that shit. Hell yeah.
Say hey.
Maybe we could do like a quarterly where how the Sustainabillies is doing kind of thing.
We just check in on us. You can come see our hot mess.
I'll come to y'all's hot mess once in a while. Y'all come to our hot mess once in a while.
Exactly.
Is this the best way for folks to get in touch with you if they wanted to reach out?
The website's got a contact me thing on it, or they can shoot me a message on the Insta. I'm pretty good about checking that. That's something I like to do. I will admit I do like to scroll through all the pictures. I follow a lot of artists and other farms and fun things, so I like to drink my coffee and look at the pretty things in the morning when I'm getting my eyeballs on and waking up and all that stuff. So I check the messages on there. I'm pretty good about it.
Yes, field trip, y'all. They're saying field trip, field trip. Project Zero. Well, the artwork you see behind you, the West Borland and the La Rosa and the prints up there are by Project Zero, who popped in here. Project Zero is who I was telling y'all earlier. It was on a couple weeks ago. Mexican artist wears a mask. Nice. Amazing dude.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks for stopping through, Project Zero. Good to see you, homie. Good to see you, man.
Dustin's got a lot of family members there, in Southern California that have a lot of Hispanic culture influence, and his sister-in-law is Hispanic. So yeah, we love Hispanic culture, man. We always used to for the holidays with his mama. We'd always do it's not we don't do like a turkey. We always do like tamales and a bunch of good awesome.
Oh man,
awesome, Latin
sign
food.
me
Yeah,
up.
and I love Latin
I'm doing red chili beef this year, so
he said red
turkey,
chili beef this year. Ash, man,
coming to your place, Ash.
They grow tomatillos on their farm.
We do, yeah.
Nice.
Fresh tomatillos.
That's awesome.
Every once in a while, a bag of them shows up, and wife, they end up being some kind of salsa or something delicious. I don't know. In this whole journey of y'all's that y'all have taken, is there anything that if you'd have known it earlier, it'd have been super helpful? Like just something silly that you think you thought we'd have thought of that, but it took us a while to learn it. Maybe just crop rotation kind of stuff, maybe, or
definitely basic
marketing,
but
skills.
Yeah, I mean,
somewhat you just gotta be good at Plan B, Plan C.
Yeah.
Plan D.
Right.
Not get discouraged when one doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know.
I'm not sure. We always just make it up as we go, so we don't know what we would have done earlier.
Gotcha.
I mean, it would have been cool to take some more agriculture classes when I was in college.
Definitely.
I got my undergraduate degrees in wildlife management, which
a little different than farming.
Yeah, very different than farming. I mean, I definitely apply a lot of the techniques that I learned with like ecosystem, manipulation and stuff like that. But it'd have been cool to like take some more agriculture classes, more soil classes, get a little bit more formal education and that stuff. That'd have been cool. Get nerdy about that, but I like getting nerdy about it now though. So,
hell yeah.
Is there anything that we haven't anything that we're forgetting? Let me check my list here.
Anything. I mean, are there any questions that popped up from folks that are watching? Anything anybody wants to know about? I mean,
Nuggets. What kind of
does anybody want to ask us any questions?
What you got here,
Remember,
chat?
don't get embarrassed. So
Nuggets, Raven, thanks for coming in. Flutterby, we love you. Laura Jane, Severed, y'all are amazing. Kira, the whole crew. Any questions while we got them here, guys? Anybody got anything they'd like to know about blacksmithing or farming? Or
definitely make it up.
Or
we don't know the answers. Yeah.
Or food systems. Severed, who is a wood burner. She also did that piece, the bio piece, which is and then she did that raven over there that looks like stained glass.
Yeah.
She is the lady that I have the charcuterie boards and the earth strippers and all of that stuff with.
Nice.
And she's doing a line of guitars. That cherry guitar behind you is the one that she's going to burn. But she was asking because she was boiling bone a couple weeks ago to make hand clackers. You know, Abby the Spoon Lady came through our live a while back, and she suggested that Severed make the bones and wood burn them. So Severed was boiling bones a couple weeks ago. So she's one of those, does all kind of stuff. She would like to know if you have to do any kind of treatment on the gourds before you burn them.
So the gourds, when you dry them out, you know, they're really wet and really heavy. And so you just set them somewhere where they're not going to get rained on. And it takes about a year for them to dry out, and they get straight nasty. You'll think that you ruined them. You'll think they're rotten. You'll be like, oh my gosh. I mean, sometimes they might get rotten, but, and then, you know, you can tell they're dry because you'll feel like you can tell that the seeds are inside there. You can feel them kind of knocking around once they pull away from the sods. And then I just dampen it just a little bit and scrub it with it's not like the steel wool. It's like the plastic version of the steel wool. It's like the scrubbies
like
for
an
your
SOS
sink.
kind of
SOS. I just scrub it real good and scrub it all off. And and then I just draw straight on it. After I get done, like you can kind of see, this one's got a little bit more of a darker and a little more of a shine to it. I use food grade mineral oil on them just to give them a nice seal. I like to use the food grade mineral oil because most people don't have issues with that as far as allergies. I used to use walnut oil, and it will be beautiful, but there are a lot of people with nut allergies, and last thing I want somebody to do is like touch a gourd at the market and then go into anaphylaxis.
Right.
Yeah. So we realized that's probably not a great idea. But yeah, I try not to put anything on them while I'm working on them. You know, the wood burner, I don't know how it would act if it had the oil on it already. It might be a little exciting. And I'm pretty new to wood burning, you know. I did have a super crappy wood burning machine that didn't even like have a brand or anything. It was just like one that he got me off of eBay that was from China that just said wood burning tool or something like that on it. And it was awful. It would like pulse and stuff while I was using it. And he just recently, actually for Mother's Day, or for my birthday, I don't know, something. We usually don't get each other presents. I kind of got a little mad at him. He was like, I got you a present. I was like, no. But then he said it was a wood burner. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that's all right. And so he got me a nice one. So it's pretty exciting to use that. It's nice and steady and smooth. And I'm really just learning. I am a novice at the wood burning thing. So I'm excited about learning more about how to do it.
Severed said, thank you. I have 2 gourds that I was clueless. Now I know.
Just go for it. You know, the one thing about them, it's a little different than wood is, you know, there's going to be imperfections in the surface. So just realize that occasionally you might hit like a thin spot, and then just be ready to like pull your tool off of there, or you might like really, really get in there. I burned some holes in some gourds before.
It's on fire.
Get to a thin spot and you're like, whoa, like, yeah. Change that design up a little bit.
Nuggets was asking if you had a favorite style of knife that you do.
Not necessarily. I need to do a lot more. I'm really getting into a bunch of like the chef knives and cooking knives. So that's kind of the next thing I'm really getting ready to dive into is just a bunch of cool chef knives.
Well, that might be a natural part of the journey, right? You start doing stuff with restaurants, and you start having meetings with chefs and talking to chefs, and they're like, you're a blacksmith. You're giving us food. Can you make me a knife too?
Yeah,
I can imagine.
Had that exact
I can imagine.
So,
that's how it goes.
Yeah, we mostly made utility knives, you know, for around the farm.
Yeah.
And then some skinning knives.
Yeah, and some skinning knives. Yeah.
And I've also been into like these Korean cooking shows. And they got a whole different set of tools than what we use over here. And looks a lot better than what we're using.
Man,
I heard that.
So I'm ready to start stealing some of those designs and playing with them.
Yeah.
Right on. Well,
you know what would be good with these vegetables? Knives to cut them with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm talking about marketing genius. So I'm out on their farm one time, and he was expanding his blacksmith shop. And their blacksmith shop. I'm sorry, and there was a hornet's nest in the ground, and this guy puts on a bee suit, and brings a vacuum cleaner out
Mhm.
And the way he cleared the hornet nests in the ground was by filling up a shop vac
Full of hornets.
full of hornets.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable. It was the coolest thing I might have seen in a long time. Dude goes marching off up the side of the hill, and all I can do is stand there and watch. Like, what am I going to do? I'm watching, but what am I really going to do if my buddy gets, attacked by a whole swarm of hornets? But no. So these people are adaptable, man. I would not try to sneak up on them. I'm just saying.
You might bust a shop back on you.
He might put a shop vac.
I was gonna say, find yourself on the wrong side of a shop vac.
It's not where you want to be. It's really not. Yeah.
And if that don't work,
there's hornets in there.
Yeah.
In that shop vac.
I'll reverse it on you real quick.
I shoot hornets. Good Lord.
He's got a shop vac that will shoot hornets at you.
He's got a hornet launcher. Look out.
Nugget said, as a cook, I love a good chef knife. I feel you. Me too, man. Me too.
Yeah.
So, anybody, now you got a chance, I'd say throw one out there. We have kept them for longer than I told them that they would be here, but once we got a...
That's all good. Exactly. We got baby. This is our big night out right here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Ash, Chad, this would be the time where y'all would be able to ask questions or have a conversation or whatever, if you would like to, because this has been a little weird, and they've had to just kind of stare at the back of a phone, and y'all are kind of staring at them, but y'all can't see each other. So
yeah, we just see 3 lenses, or actually like 5 lenses. It's a fancy setup. I feel very professional.
I don't know which one to look at.
The British part of me wants to know what kind of tea you're making over there. Like, what's your favorite tea that you're drawing out?
Tea.
he said,
"Oh, that is a loaded question."
he said the British part of him. I think he said the British part of him would like to know what kind of tea you're making, and out of those, what is your favorite?
Yeah. So if you are British, then technically what we are making, from what I've been told by our friend from Ireland, is just dirty water. It's not actually tea.
Well, he's from Arizona, Britain. So
I'm from Arizona.
Actual true tea in it. We're not growing
We've had
Camilla.
Arizona tea.
Yeah. Well, we actually are now. We got some Camilla plants, so we will have real legitimate tea because we were tired of being made fun of for our dirty water. But I really like Tulsi basil and lemongrass. We have a really awesome rose. I actually have this beautiful old rose. So we do a lot of blends that have rose petals in it, which is really delicious.
Nice.
steel toes.
But yeah.
Marigolds.
Yeah, marigolds. Yeah, we grow a lot of different kinds of
yeah.
Most people think of marigolds as, the real stinky things that you grow in your garden to keep bugs away, which African marigolds, that is what they are. But there is a whole group of marigolds that are from Central and South America, and they do not have that compound that those African or French marigolds have. And so they have this beautiful, like, tropical kind of citrusy flavor. Which is really awesome. And so, yeah, we do a lot of stuff with those. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it's just normal. You steep it, and
we just dry them out. Yeah, you just throw it in some hot water for like 5 minutes, and then we do a lot of stuff with I like a press pot, because if I'm gonna do tea, I'm gonna really do tea. So I need like a whole press pot. So we use like the French press. We got a big one, and just throw the herbs in there in the hot water, and then just press it down, and then just chug it.
Nice.
Wow, thank you. Happy Accidents by Chad. That was very kind of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So let me go back. I'm just looking back through the chat.
I'm going to need you guys to start growing coffee beans. That's the only thing that I haven't heard yet.
Well,
you're going to have to figure that out.
We joke about how we figured out how to grow coffee, because we actually work with a local coffee roaster. He's pretty obsessed with our lettuce, and so we trade him salad for coffee. So we joke about how we finally figured out how to grow coffee because we trade for it. But yeah, so we're pretty spoiled. We drink really, really good coffee.
They also have a oven that they do homemade pizzas in that is absolutely divine. It takes like 2 minutes. It is the coolest thing ever. They go outside, it gets to like a bazillion degrees, and you slide your pie in there, and it literally takes like 2 minutes because you put fresh vegetables or meat or whatever, charcuterie or whatever on it, and it is absolutely delicious. So whatever you do, do not send him pizza. He would never eat it.
Oh, he would. He would eat it. He would eat pizza for every meal, every moment, every snack. Yeah.
Yes.
He loves the pizza. Yeah.
Mr. Rev Art?
Yes, sir.
What do you think, man?
I think we should definitely do a quarterly keeping up with these cats right here.
Hell yeah, I like it.
I think that would be very cool. I think anything that helps the community learn how to be more sustainable, whether for themselves or their community, is a positive movement. And you guys said a lot of things that I caught on to, and I think our community might have caught on to, because, we only get a finite time with our guests here. And there were things that, maybe we could go into at different times. Like at the very beginning when you were speaking, you cruised right over the fact of when COVID hit, you made sure that your community was taken care of. And you made a few comments in that little vicinity of the interview in a very short period of time that really taught me a lot about you guys' personality and how you operate. And I just really appreciate hearing the snippet, and you passed right on over it, and that says something about yourself as well. So yeah, if we could get a return visit every so often, I think that would be very positive for our community here. And I hope that we can find a way to help you guys as well.
Yeah, well, what I'm hoping is
that's my piece.
What I'm hoping, Chad, you hit on something, buddy. What I'm hoping is, over time, we're playing the long game, right? So we now got the interview.
Yes,
we're able to drop content. We can have them come back over. We always do the sticker giveaways. There's usually a sustainability sticker in the giveaway, sometimes in merch that we sell. They'll be around. They're a part of the story of the Ginn Project. I mean, they are literally just a part of the Genesis story. Laura has
Can I
put
make a request?
Say again?
Oh, yes. Go. I said I have a request.
Oh, absolutely. What you got?
Something that I think would be really cool for the community is maybe, a few months from now when we bring you guys back, it'll be coming into garden season, growing season for most. And I think it would maybe be really cool if we could talk to folks about, because I always say to help people, and this goes for yourselves as well, you don't have to do something grandiose. Sometimes you can do something small, and that helps. And I think maybe something that might be cool to cover next time, and you two would be the perfect two to talk about, is like maybe if you're just trying to kind of prop up your grocery supply. You don't have to, be out there growing an entire garden that takes all the time, and not every bite that you eat has to come from it. Yes. But with food instability being the way that it is right now, I think it might be cool if we focus next time on absolutely fulfilling part of it, even if it's something small. And it might be, and you two might come out and be like, hey, grow this. Or you might be like, the best thing to do is to hit up these folks during this season and do this. I don't know what the answer would be, but I think you guys might have it.
Oh, yeah.
So,
we'd be happy to do that. Talk about things that are like biggest bang for your buck stuff.
Yes.
Low maintenance stuff, things. Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, people can ask questions.
Cost effective or low maintenance, whatever, because a lot of people are going to be working full-time jobs and still trying to figure out a way to like get food on the table. And if there's something small they can do, whether it's grow something or visit a certain place or what have you, maybe that's something we could kind of approach next time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Laura put a motion on the floor that we adopt them. I've already done that years ago, so I second that emotion. So the Ginn Project crew is going to adopt the Sustainabillies. Though they do not have a TikTok account, they now do, actually.
Also, when I come to visit Ginn, I want to go stay in their treehouse. Like, I love you and Mrs. Ginn, but I think I want to go stay with the Sustainabillies for a night.
Right on. You would be perfect in the treehouse. There's a creek running near it. Oh man,
we got a church pew sitting on the deck. We've got some friends of ours that got an old church that she's an herbalist, and that they have their herb business in this church. We sell them a lot of stuff. We sell them like horseradish and garlic for their fire cider, and we grow a few plants for their business. And when they were bought the church, they didn't need all the pews, and so we got one of the pews. So you can go to church there on the deck there, and you can sit and look and look at the creek there.
Chad escaped from a cult, so
Turtle Tree is where I go. Yes, yes,
he's loving it. He is a dark artist that stepped out of a super duper. I mean, they weren't dancing with snakes like the folks around here, but basically
almost. Just short of.
Happens.
Yeah. So yeah, Chad can connect with that pew for sure. Little salad, little creek.
Exactly. We'll bring you into a whole different kind of cult, man.
Oh yeah.
Never have to escape from.
Yes, ma'am. Oh yeah. I go to the Church of the Trees now. I look out my back porch and I got a mile of woods. That's my church.
So we'll chop up this content over time and drop it, and that's one of the things we're going to add to the Ginn Project Show. We're not adding it; it's already been there. It's already been an element, but just given the way things are, this coming year we're going to do at least periodically. We're going to do some self-help kind of stuff, and I just think part of what I try to do, part of the reason that I do lives, is that there's some small hope that people will see some crazy dude working on something with his hands, and maybe they would decide that they want to do something similar. Because some of the things that we do are, there's fewer and fewer people able to do them. And I'm not saying people should be woodworkers just for the sake of it, but there's some practical uses that you could really benefit from if you knew some basics. And the same thing with blacksmithing or biology or gardening. Sarah also plays a little music. She's a multi-talented lady. There's a lot of, she writes poetry. There's a whole bunch of stuff she does that she's not going to tell you about just yet.
Gotta save something, you know.
She sings a pretty mean tune around campfire too, y'all, and does serve a cold beer, and she might have made it herself.
That is what's up.
You make mead, not beer.
But right, it's even better. They literally make mead. They literally make mead. Hey, Wisdom, thanks for stopping in. Good to see you, Wilford. And thanks for stopping in, Wilford and Son. Glad to see y'all. Thank you, Nuggets. Sorry I didn't give us folks as many shout outs as I normally would. But we had some folks here that we wanted to get every minute in that we could with. And we'll do the shout outs every time we're on. So we'll get back to that. Ashman has a thing that he does, but you're going to have to turn the notifications on. Ashman's got a lot going on right now, so we're going to need y'all to turn. I'm going to turn the camera on for just a second. Just a second. We're going to need y'all to turn on your notifications for the Ashman, so that you can catch him on. He might be on in the middle of the night. He might be on in the middle of the day. You never know. I'll flip it back around here in a minute. The thing about it is he puts on an amazing show. If you can catch him on, right? He does all kinds of cool stuff. And if you get a chance, same thing for my buddy over here, Chad Rev Art. You never know what that guy's going to be doing. He is carving some amazing stuff. And he is absolutely incredible. Look at these guys back here. How about that? We got some footage of us all together. We got some footage of us all together. How about that? Look at that. So I'm
Nice.
going to flip the camera around here in a second, and then I'm going to go stand over by them by the chair so we can get a picture of all three of us with y'all's artwork in the background. And then we're going to drop that as content over time, if y'all don't mind.
Uh-oh, Kira. What do you
Kira
know?
said she knows.
What do you know?
What is it, Kira? I'm scared. She knows one thing. I know one thing. That's all I know.
One thing.
Can't say unless Chad does. Uh-oh. What's Chad got going on?
What are you talking about? Are you talking about that thing we just talked about?
Here. I'm going to show one thing real quick, and then I'm going to put this back on the stand and get a shot of all of us. But I'm going to show y'all something that came in this week. Y'all might have noticed we moved a few things around. Every once in a while, we try to rotate stuff a little bit. Look at this, y'all. Kira Wilson art original painting. Oh my goodness. It's unbelievable.
You want to know something else really cool about Kira Wilson art? I have a fun fact. A cool announcement, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah. Can I do that, Kira? Yeah, that's what you're talking about, right? You can't say unless Chad does. Yeah, okay, I guess I can say it. It looks like I will be... Yep, okay. It looks like I will be sculpting a very special magical staff, life-size, to scale, for the villain of Kira Wilson Art's universe.
Wow!
Nice.
Dude, that is amazing.
It's awesome.
That is
And then it will
crazy
be
cool.
painted into the story. And if all goes well, it will be available in tandem when her show kicks off. Not at the show,
Oh, wow.
but it will be available in tandem. Yes, I got it right.
That's wild.
Right, that is September 6th at the Haven Gallery. No, September 5th at the Haven Gallery in New York. We will all be there. I don't know if the Sustainabillies are going to be there. Hope so. That'd be cool.
Probably not.
Hey, y'all are invited. Come on up to New York.
No.
Yes, I'm very excited to be doing that staff. I'm beside myself.
Kira, that is awesome, Kira. That is amazing to hear. I absolutely love it. Congratulations, Chad. That's pretty cool. I don't know why that lady likes you, man, but you're lucky she does.
I'm very lucky. No wisdom. Kira is our dear friend.
I'm going to go kneel in front of them for a second just so we got a couple seconds worth of video with them in front of the artwork.
Sure. You got to figure out how to draft my wife in and the whole family's collabing. Oh, guys, we got to get some screenshots.
I can't see y'all.
Yes. Yes. And it's great. Looks excellent.
Faces and all that.
Well, I don't know if they would do something like that. Of course, they would never make funny faces.
If I know
worries,
them,
wisdom.
We are serious all the time.
Always.
Always.
if I know them, they did the right thing.
If it sounded like something we said was funny, it's not intended to be that way. Not at all.
Oh.
Let's see here. Kira said, I just need to draft his wife, and I've got the whole family collaborating. I love it. Love it. All right, y'all. Well, we have managed to have the Sustainabillies here for a couple hours. Usually we shut things down at the end to let Chad put his daughter to bed. That's our hard stop. So she will be happy with us tonight.
She's out of school tomorrow.
She's out of school tomorrow, so she doesn't even have to go to bed tonight. Oh, snap.
Nice.
The Sustainabillies come through
Staying
again.
up late. I hope she got to eat some candy or something. Maybe.
Of course she does. What kind of dad do I look like? Come on.
They were watching candy when we left the house. My mom came to visit, or cookies. That's my mom brought like multiple dozens of cookies. And
Oh, yeah.
movies and cookies when we left. So
I introduced her to Snickerdoodle ice cream yesterday. It was
Oh, wow.
It is .com.
mm-hmm.
It is the Sustainabillies dot. You know what? You can catch them on. Thank you, Laura, on IG and on Instagram. We're gonna have them back again. Obviously, there's gonna be a new segment on the Ginn Project Show. There was a vote. They've been adopted now. So it's kind of like getting, you said, adopted into a cult, Chad. You're still doing the thing, man. Still doing the thing.
You know, some things never change.
Ice cream is definitely good. Snickerdoodle ice cream is definitely good. So we're going to do, hey, Sweaty Palms, good to see you. Thank you so much. We're going to do what we normally do. We're going to play you out the song that our buddy Steve came up with, Black Country Guitarist. Either Dustin and Sara are going to stay on camera and make faces at you, or I'm going to take art off the wall and show you art. Either way, we
recommend both.
Yeah, I think show us some of that rad art. Yeah, they've been looking at our ugly mugs all night.
They're advocating for the artist, y'all.
They're done.
I see something pretty.
So, big love, if we could. Favorite colors, guys.
Green.
Green. No.
Green.
Yeah.
Spurs is in the chat. Spurs also has that color. If we could, y'all please rain some green hearts in the chat. If we could also get a few, thank y'all. I see y'all sending the screenshots in. Thank you. Please send some screenshots in with the green hearts, and I will make sure that Dustin and Sara get those, that they get to see how much love y'all showed them. Appreciate everybody coming in tonight. We're going to do this again. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm really grateful. Thank you, Dustin, Sara. It was so kind of y'all to give us so much of your time.
We had a good time.
And,
appreciate y'all letting us come and talk about things we're passionate about, and hopefully we'll run into you guys out there. Like I said, we're not super active on the social media, but yeah, I post pictures every once in a while and love talking to folks. So reach out to us and say hey, and yeah, come see us.
And thank you, everybody. We will have them on here again. We appreciate all of you. Ash, man, turn on your notifications for that dude. You never know what he's got going on. He's also got a podcast called Genteel Poverty. He also happens to be an amazing human being. So show my brother some love. Chad Rev Art, you need to turn your notifications on for him as well. He's been doing some carving lately, but as he mentioned, tomorrow he's going to have a little bit of surgery, and he's going to be down for a week or so. So please keep our brother in your thoughts. And don't be too nice to him, but maybe give him a little bit of a break this week. You know, give him just a little bit of extra space to breathe, because his nose is going to be stuffed full of gauze. So, thank y'all for all of the hearts. Just amazing. Thank y'all for the screenshots. Thank y'all for being so wonderful. It's an absolutely phenomenal community here, fluttered by Laura Jane, Spurs. Appreciate all of y'all coming in and being there for us and doing the whole mod thing and taking care of all that kind of stuff. So appreciate y'all very much. Couldn't do it without y'all. Again, special thank you to Sustainabillies. They're my people. I love these guys. These are my family. So thank y'all for treating them so well. And thanks to them for coming on the show. Looking forward to having them on again. And we're going to play you out and show you a few minutes worth of art. How about that?
Yeah. Thank you guys for putting up with our friend Ginn.
Yeah. He's our brother.
Yeah.
With the steady hand, he's got the master of less. Ashman by his side with a joke or two. Building dreams in a world.
So now we just take stuff off the wall
where the soul takes flight.
just randomly around the frame.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can take shots now. Y'all get to be behind the camera.
Hey, mute yourself, dummy.
What do you say?
He said to mute ourselves.
Oh. Why would we do that?
I'm trying to help, but I don't know how to do that.
So I don't have to hear your dumb ass again.
Goes to the shop with chat shop with they never stop. It's not just
Oh, Ginn, I'm sorry. I made you kill the music.
I did it. I muted the microphone. I thought I was doing the right thing.
You just did what I asked. It was bad. My
We just
bad.
met.
Strings hung like a river's moan. Each friend a story, each chord a home. Haley's voice is the spark in the flame. Together
I like
they
this one.
rise. We're changing.
This one right here.
Yeah. Yeah, grab them.
That one's rad.
That is dead making art. There's another one of hers. Henry is his name.
Strings hung
That's cool.
like a river's moan.
She does these
Each
cool
friend a
things.
star, each chord a home. Haley's voice is a spark in the flame. Together they rise, they're changing the game.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate y'all. Go on, get.